job was at, I must have just been turning, I think 17, 18, 19, something like that. And you know
Oh
what Trader
wow.
Joe's is? You know what Trader
Oh
Joe's
yeah,
is,
Trader
right?
Joe's. Yeah.
I used to work at the Trader Joe's warehouse back up in Illinois. That was I was that was probably actually one of my first jobs actually, man. I haven't worked in a long time. My last
Okay.
eventually I ended up getting into all the truck driving and stuff like that, you know, deliveries and whatnot. Those became my favorite
Okay.
things.
I know the
Yeah.
And
I ended up
area.
getting
I know the area
yeah.
you're talking about, Ash.
yeah, yeah.
My warehouse was right across the road from the air show
Okay. Yeah, you say you worked in the Chantilly area, right? In Fairfax?
in Fairfax. Yeah,
Yep. Yep, that's where I
yeah. We
live. I live
closed
in
down.
Fairfax.
What was it called? What was that called? Budget Point or
W-
something
w-
like that.
huh?
Price Point. It was called
Prosper.
Price
Okay.
Point Furniture.
Yeah.
Price Point
Yeah, I
Furniture. That
remember
was
you
the
told
name
me
of it.
about it.
Yeah. But yeah, right there in
Yeah.
Fairfax, Virginia, we saw that air show where that year that we were there, you know how they put on the military show where all the
Uh-huh.
militaries come together and they do air, sea, and everything?
Yep.
Well, they had that air show there, and that's
Yeah,
what they
we
were
kind of a little
practicing for.
farther from there, but I know where you're talking about, but I'm a little further where I stay at. And my job is about 30 minutes away from my place, so it's not really far. Sometimes, you know, the traffic in Northern Virginia, you know, John, the
Oh
traffic is
my
bad
God.
around here. So when I go home, it takes me about 45 minutes, but in the morning, I get here within 25, 30 minutes.
I bet.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
hate
and I
traffic
work
up there.
here 40 hours a week from 7 to 3.
North Virginia traffic is how you punish your kids. Make
Oh,
them
yeah.
drive there. Make them drive through there. And
Woo.
only
Yeah,
give them $2 and change.
they'll be like, Daddy, take the car and I'll walk.
100%. I hate that.
Yeah, yeah, it's the traffic bad. I think in DC, like Virginia, DC, Maryland, you know, we the DMV, we in like, in,
Yeah.
yeah, some people think it's one state, you know what I mean? DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And a lot of people be like, damn, man, the traffic bad. Traffic, traffic bad here. It's in Atlanta, Georgia, man. It's getting bad. It's getting worse. And LA, I think LA is the worst in the United States.
Oh wow.
We
Yeah,
getting ready to make this
I
video
can
now.
believe
You
that.
you ready? You ready to start?
Let's roll on,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'll be listening.
We talking about MULN stock. We finna talk about MULN stocks. Recent news yesterday, they doing some sort of dividend. I think it's a one-time thing, some sort of scam from David Mitchery, of course. They just got a new deal on a Bollinger trucks. I think a new partnership. They trying to start pushing those Bollinger trucks out. We know how those truck things go for the EVs, the better than the EV cars and whatnot. And of course, this stock is primed to go to the double digits. Just some hot stuff to be looking forward to. Key points. Let's get it. Talking about MULN. Okay, guys, we are back at it with MULN. That's Mullen Automotive. This stock right here comes out with news non-stop, news back to back. They come out with so much news, it doesn't even affect their stock too much. But we are still here about to talk about the news and the fundamentals, the charts and the technicals. This stock has been getting ever so bullish as of lately, getting ready to push up towards those double digits. Then we're about to find the next income trend for these stocks. I'm Billy Banks. Make sure you get subscribed to the channel. You want me to tell any updates, any analyses, any other receipts. Meet us over in the Banker with Billy classroom, live in here right now with Coach John and some of the Banker with Billy members, getting ready to look into Mullen stock. How you feeling about Mullen stock right now, Coach John?
Man, I tell you, I'm not gonna lie. I actually like the way that it's dropped down. This 581. I still think it has a little bit to go behind it. I do see here 2 hours ago there was a stock alert. Looks like those partner for warranties mobile services. Okay, stocks on Tuesday. Confirmed companies. September's Bollinger Motors has reached a service agreement. Oh, that's what's up. So they've reached an agreement. Amerit Fleet Solutions. Okay. Well, I was curious about that because as I was going through here and just checking the overall stock out itself, I am glad to see a little bit of news that does make a little more sense now. It did get that little pop right there, as we can see. That's how I got to that 585. But what was more interesting to me, whenever I went over to the financials, I could actually see the breakdown of the stock and where it's been since 2022 and how it's coming along. There was a lot of negative percentages all the way up to you got your first break on your pre-tax income at the plus 65%, and then right behind it then we get the straight row of the gross profit, the operation income, plus the pre-tax income, all in the green. Now, of course, potentially there has been news saying that maybe these numbers will be negative this time, but look at the previous predictions as well. In the previous predictions, we had a negative 4 million, negative 4 million. Now, the reality of it was a plus 9, plus 19, and a plus 82. So all those numbers were wrong. However, what does concern me, if you look at the price difference between Q4 in 2023 and
Let's share
Q1
your
in
screen.
2024 and what these predictions are, that is a huge leap.
See, I see. Let's share your screen so we can see what you seeing while you talking about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was. My apologies.
Nah, not this. Now, while you getting that ready, we'll look into some statistics on Mullen stock, guys. So currently, we got an average volume of 3.52 million. A current volume of 4.36 million, and they got a free float on 6.44 million. Now, these stats that we see on Mullen stock are not the usual stats that they've always been at. As you know, I've been making Mullen stock videos, like I was just showing you guys. I've been making Mullen videos for the last 2-3 years now, helping you follow along in those moves on Mullen, as we've caught Mullen stock for multiple rounds on multiple bounces, as Mullen stock has been a while back before it got completely wrecked. They were doing they were still wrecked, but they were doing very good for the swing trades and had a lot of high potential in on that stock. They stats used to look a whole lot different as well, Coach John. Check this out as I load up one of their most after this 5 second clip real quick. Well, we'll be able to see how they stats and statistics were looking on Mullen stock. Watch that. Let me go ahead and see if I can find this really quick somewhere in this list. Mullen stock. We looking at the old key statistics. Like, look at this back when as I zoom in some. They used to have a volume of 200 million. We watched Mullen stock volume back when get up to like 2 billion. Their average volume used to be 100 million on the stock. Look at their free flow. What their free flow used to be back when. This says that their free flow used to be 322 million on free flow back in Mullen stock. I used to make videos on Mullen stock a lot. We've seen Mullen stock go through multiple eras, even back when this stock was at the lows of those penny stock ranges. Now, over the course of time, Mullen stock would come with many different things. They would come out with a Mullen I Go Last Mile, they Mullen delivery things. They would come out with a Mullen Strikingly Different tour. And I was talking about all of the tour dates that would be going out when they were starting this. And this was like 2 years ago. Since then, like I said, I've been making Mullen stock videos for the last 2-3 years. For you guys to follow along in those trends for safe, easy uptrends. Make sure you get subscribed to the channel. I'm finna start updating Mullen stock again with these hot same thumbnails. I'm finna go copy and paste those same thumbnails, guys. But getting back into Mullen stock most recently right now. Today's price action. You can see how when Mullen stock in a pre-market went to a hot sell-off. Well, you knew that this stock was going to go to a quick hot sell-off because of how could you tell? This stock touched up towards that what? That overbought and dangerous. That's $6.55 on RSI being overbought. You know that overbought was going to go back down to oversold, and that oversold stock will come in for another hot round of bullishness, pushing this thing right back up to the highs of $6.10, right under that $6 right now. That's at $5.85. That's down about 3%. We're going to watch that float begin to get filled. In fact, we watching Mullen stock come in for more and more volume non-stop throughout the last few trading days, and this stock right here, bro, is getting ready to push past those double digits. We can see, Coach John, if we can see this stock break past that $7 resistance, which is going to be still a hard thing for it to do. Watch this on Mullen stock. This stock really hasn't even getting started yet. Even on your weekly, it's still oversold. Stock can make a massive trend. It's going to really come down to it's really going to come down to them saying that they sold enough cars to bring in those big millions. One thing about these EV companies and all companies in general, period, about life in general, is about how much money they bringing in over their debt, right? Mullen stock be doing that extreme debt stuff, and they don't be bringing in no passive. They don't be bringing in no revenues because they really don't be selling these cars. It seems like, right? We don't be getting too many updates at all about how Mullen stock done. I don't know. I gotta go back to that news about how Mullen stock done. We done sold this many cars for the uptrend. We done sold that many cars, and we bringing in these many millions and whatnot. We don't see news like that coming from. Look at this. They got news right here talking about how they three EV truck is priced at $68 million. Talking about how they got prices that they got their cars at 45,000. I mean $68,000, $45,000. But none of these news coming out says how they done brought in millions from actually selling those vehicles. Since they can't come out with news letting us know that they actually bringing in money, everybody's going to presume that they not bringing in no money, which of course proves itself when you look at their balance sheets that are descending balance sheets, meaning that they are actually losing more money. They're coming in with more money. They need to change something real fast and new. And on Mullen stock, they really are starting to change things around, Coach John. Because if you didn't know that yesterday in my last video, I talked about this about how Mullen stock launches their poison pill plan. This poison pill plan is the right plan is designed to enable all company stockholders to realize the long-term value of their investment and is intended to protect Mullen and its stockholders from efforts by a single stockholder or a group to obtain control of the company without paying a control premium. Now, as part of the plan, Mullen has declared a dividend distribution of one right that will be payable to shareholders as of the close of business on May 13th. Only the right will be distributed to the shareholders. As the distribution does not contain any direct monetary benefits, the rights will expire on May 1st, 2025 if not redeemed or exchanged in full before then. Coach John, Mullen launching this poison pill plan, the rights distribution date is variable and they cannot be exercised until on or after that date. Exercising one right will result in the purchase of 1/10,000 of a share of a Series A1 junior participating preferred stock at a variable purchase price of $30. This partial share gives the shareholders approximately the same dividend, voting, and liquidation rights as one of share of Mullen. So the date will be the earlier of, get this, 10 days after an investor or investment firm publicly discloses a 10% or greater stake. 10 business days after a tender offer or exchange offer that will result in the investor or investment firm requiring a 10% or greater stake. Now, currently, right now, this is hot news. This is how, especially since they just followed up with news talking about how they just came out with enter into an agreement for America to provide the mobile service and maintenance to the Bollinger commercial fleet customers, which is hot news. We'll come back to that here in a second. But coming out with news as such, following up with a dividend announcement, and Mullen didn't have none of those dividends before. Look at this, corporate action is empty on a dividend list, man. People are going to be loading and holding Mullen stock up out of anticipation for those dividends. What their goal is to be able to get a lot of big whales, a lot of people to load this thing up real fast so the stock explodes. And one thing that they have been saying, for those of you who are newer to Mullen stock, this be your first time seeing, I don't know, it's probably your first stock video. You got a whole lot to learn. Bear with us here and I'll get you caught up to speed. But one thing you need to know about Mullen stock is that Mullen stock is wrecked. They've been wrecked. They've been out of compliance. In fact, I just showed you a video back when they were out of compliance. They didn't just clear up to this $5 naturally. That's why they stats are all different. We talking about stats that were, in fact, I'll pop up another video here in a second to show you how they stats changed over time, a more recent one. Now, when they do their reverse splits, and Mullen stock has done a lot of reverse splits, John, we see the valuation on those key statistics start to change. This is a decent free float size on this stock, though, and with a value that's staying around this free float size, it's going to be a lot of pressure that come in. They're going to need a little bit more, and their news doesn't really affect too much. So make sure we keep an eye on our order flow, John, so we'll be able to see if we got more larges coming in or more larges going out. And right now, no larges are touching Mullen stock right now. As we seen, they were going out. We got more mediums coming in. We got a lot more smalls coming in as they're excited. A lot of people for those dividend hits and whatnot, but they are not big in short interest. So this is not a high short squeeze potential target. You will not get a short squeeze out of this one. What we're going to get out of this one is a clean uptrend off of the fundamentals starting to get bullish and or the overall sentiment beginning to get bullish as well right now. You still on Mullen stock? What you seeing now on Mullen stock?
Oh yeah, I was just following along with you here and seeing what you had going on. I was
Yeah.
looking into the technical side of it. It looks like it is giving the buy signal. We are getting it pretty strong across the board. 1, 5, 15, 30, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, and oh, there it is. So 1 week. So we're just looking at a few day run here, which makes sense because
Ah,
if you go down here and you actually check out the technical side of it. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. You look at the technical side of it, it's actually missing. What we're missing is the exponential moving average at 100, the simple moving average. Like we're missing all of the moving averages, and the Ashimoku baseline is actually in neutral right now, and I kind of like to see that on the bullish side as well. But as far as that goes, that is a long term, more outlook. This here is a swing outlook, is what we're looking at. I'm actually surprised
See, I
of
see.
the hold actually still being. Oh nope, there it is. The whole moving average is still sell too. So we need those things to switch over before we get that hard day trade out of this one, because this is a good little pumper when it goes. So that's what we got going on
It's
here.
definitely starting to gear up right now. You know, like for the last few days, especially with them coming out with such recent hot news. Most recently, one thing about Mullen stock. I mean, one thing about these electric vehicle stocks overall. Like these electric vehicle stocks, they really vehicle stocks. They seem like they're really in a lot of danger now. Right now, you know, like if you notice, like a lot of these electric vehicle stocks, the stock. Um, hold on, give
Well,
me
they've
one
had a
second
lot
here.
of issues out of the
Commercial real
batteries.
fast. A lot of these electric vehicle stocks, they really not going onto those massive uptrends. In fact, like have you been seeing Tesla lately? We'll look at Tesla and it's like even Tesla stock has been going to a massive sell off. And look at these stats on Mullen stock now. I'm looking at another video where this volume was getting up very close to that 1 billion. Like I said, we've seen Mullen stock get up to billion in volume, insane amounts of volume on this stock, and all their stats used to be different. When they came in for those reverse splits, it really delusions, man. Delusions, man. We got a lot more to talk about delusions and all that stuff like that as well. If you want to make sure you're watching out for any types of forms of delusions, and forms of delusions will literally wreck and destroy a stock like completely. You know, we talking about the value done changed. We talking about the sentiment done changed. We talking about all the long term investors said it's not that we're not going for that for the long term investment. Everything changes in the stock once those stocks start to come out with different types of forms of delusion, and or people start to stop believing in the CEOs. Like I say, a lot of people have been saying that the CEO of Mullen does some shady moves that only the CEOs of companies know how to do. You know, we'll talk more about that another time. Right now, we're talking about how we want to watch out for those forms of delusion to come in, and we will be seeing Mullen stock come in with another type of form of delusion here pretty soon. You will see that information pop up in the delusion tracker. Losing Tracker alerts us out every single night. What stocks are coming out for offerings, private placements, resales, most importantly, reverse splits, so on and so forth. Oh man, you know, talking about splits, I know a company that's about to do a forward split, a company at like $3,000 right now getting ready to do a forward split. That's gonna be an easy come up. I'm gonna make a video on that one to get subscribed to the channel and be looking forward to it. And if you're going for another spike on Mullen, you want to be in Mullen stock while it's less than this $7. Right now, you can get it added while it's less than that $6. You can get in at a better position than me even. But we've been getting all kinds of bounces in the Banking with Billy Discord. Coach BK has been keeping us up to date on Mullen stock. He letting us know the other day that Mullen stock announced the adoption of a limited duration stockholder rights plan intended to promote the fair and equal treatment of all shareholders and is similar to rights plan adopted by other publicly held companies, showing us that Mullen stock not so bad, that they are just like the other companies, and they do have the good works and good intentions going on. And watch out for all Mullen stock news, as even our Chat GPT and letting us know that Mullen stock was one of the hot stocks to be buying into. Guys, lots of upgrades and updates coming into Banking with Billy. Like you know, guys know we've been working on the premium section for you guys for the last few months now. I never unlocked the premium section because I always felt like it just wasn't premium enough. I just had to go ahead and make sure everything was on point for you guys. Now we do have our premium scanners in there running. We do have all kinds of hot premium alerts going out for you guys. This will be led by Coach John, of course, to make sure that you get to the Bank with Billy Discord. Not only do you check out your base packages to unlock all sections, but make sure that you check out the premium section as well. The premium section will allow you hot alerts to be able to, you're watching these stocks, you get your buy. I know how it is for you guys. How do I know when to buy? How do I know when to sell? So what we've done is we've programmed and coded two different systems, and we're working on the third one right now to tell you guys when to buy in a stock with exact buy signals, tell you guys when to sell out of a stock with exact sell signals, so you can get those easy uptrends every single day. Make sure you follow along. Not trading algo, but Coach John will be in there live teaching you guys about his trading algo as well for even bigger bursts than what mine are looking like they're giving out. Buy signals at the bottom, sell signals at the top. No more confusion. Get those gains easy. Get it up out early. Check that out for the weekly $15 a month, or you can go ahead and get your monthly package for that $40 monthly membership. And if you need any extra attention, let us know with a private lesson or meet us down here in the Banking with Billy classrooms. You find us in the classrooms all day, every day, like we in here right now doing these analyses, and here with some of the Banking with Billy members talking about how Mullen's not getting ready to take the uptrend. Just let us know if you got any questions, any concerns, any recommendations. You need any accommodations, we'll get you squared away over at the Banking with Billy Discord, and we're going to dive a little bit into today's most recent news, Coach John, talking about how, oh yeah, you got their website up. We're going to go look into their websites and their vehicles here next if you want to start getting that ready and whatnot. Look at, say, Bollinger Truck specifically right now, because, and talking about they Chasey, how you were telling me about they Chasey being interchangeable earlier. Right now, we're looking into their Bollinger announces the MULN stock alert, talking about how Bollinger announces the partner for warranties, mobile services. So, according to the press release from the company, Merit Fleet Solutions is going to provide, and this is news that just came like an hour ago, that MULN is going to provide mobile services and maintenance for Bollinger Motors commercial electric vehicle. That includes for customers that buy fleets of EVs from the MULN subsidiary. That's actually major. Instead of talking about they gotta go to those shops and go find those maintenance man there and go get those mechanics down there and do this and do that, they already got it. It's a part of their package deal when they buy up these when they start to buy those fleets. Merit Fleet Solutions work will have it covering warranties on Bollinger Motors vehicles in certain states. That will see the company's maintenance crews undergo training for working on the B4 Chase's cab EV. Very specific, right? Bollinger Motors founder and CEO Robert Bollinger said the following about the news. They say that with Merit, Bollinger can now offer the world's best nationwide coverage for electrified fleets. It's hot right there, man. Our customers have total confidence in their trucks, knowing that they have a complete sales, service, and warranty network across the Americas. How this affects Mullen stock, investors are taking note of the new agreement where the Mullen subsidiary that brings with it increased interest in the EV company shares that has nearly 3 million units changing hands as of this writing. And right now we're talking about a volume of 4.52 million currently right now at this current point. But that's closing on his daily average volume of 3.5 million shares. And right now, like I said, we have 4.5. We're outdoing that average volume, and we are getting very close to filling up that free flow of 6.44 million. MLUN, Mullen stock, hot news. This is great news for Mullen stock, like package deals. You still looking at Mullen stock, Coach John? You on a website?
Yes, I got it right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
fast.
They so the chassis are interchangeable for their vehicles, which works out pretty well. If they was to get in a wreck, or if they had an accident, or if they blew up the motor, or anything that has those kind of issues, then it would be easy for them to be able to change it out and replace this. So, I mean, they're just going to make it where it's fully commercialized on those vehicles. But now, I will say, for the SUV, no, I don't think it was an SUV. So, there's the B1 SUV and the B2 pickup. Of course, I think the B2 pickup looks more like the Jeep, the Gladiator. I think that's what it's called. And then, the SUV, looks like a SUV version. But I will say, there's the car. If I land on it right, the car is nice. It's sporty looking. It's definitely probably going to be the cheaper of the three.
Yeah,
But
see.
yeah, it's definitely a nice
There
car.
is also currently more updates about the Bollinger B4 chases, talking about how you say that our chassis, how you say the
Their
chassis is
chassis,
interchangeable.
yeah.
So the Bollinger B4 chassis cab is an all new, all electric Class 4 commercial truck designed from the ground up with extensive fleet and upfitter input. Bollinger's unique chassis design protects the 158 kilowatt hour battery pack and components to offer unparalleled capability and safety in the commercial market. The company anticipates deliveries of the Bollinger B4 to begin on the second half of 2024, and they say like they already got pre-orders out there. They already got pre-orders, and under this agreement, like we just read, Amera will provide maintenance, repair, and warranty services to the customer locations outside of the designated service area of Bollinger authorized dealer. Merit's mobile service centers are an important complement to Bollinger's service strategy, providing convenient and essential service on location, minimizing downtime, which is major, and maximizing fleet efficiency. Guys, this is going to be hot on um, Bollinger and MULN, Bollinger Trucks in MULN. I do have their website up as well. We'll be able to go look at the Bollinger Trucks. These are the Bollinger Trucks that they are talking about, those Bollinger Motors, and they got about 2, 3 of these they're working off on the MULN and Bollinger, all the way to the Bollinger Chases, to those little Bollinger Jeeps that they got going on down there right now. How Coach Chassis, I said Chase. I keep on calling it Chases, whatever. How Coach John say these are interchangeable. This is this is so advanced that they have to train a whole new crew of mechanics to know how to work on specifically this exact truck with a chassis. Gonna be major. What's most important about these? Because like I used to be back when I was working and whatnot. Some of my last jobs a few years ago used to be deliveries and truck driving and whatnot. And one of the worst things for those companies and whatnot was when that truck get the breaking down, talking about that truck can't move for the next day or so. Well, you losing out on thousands, probably even tens. I don't know how much money. You're tens of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars of profit throughout that week. Definitely tens of thousands throughout that day for those delivery and trucking companies, for sure, for sure. So they truck being down for any time hurts them. Being able to have their own personal warranties and whatever that service called, a merit to come fix their trucks nonstop with a set crew that are specifically trained to work on these exact vehicles, sets them apart from all the other ones, apart from all the other fleets, sets their trucks apart, Bollinger trucks, from all the other EV trucks and whatnot. I don't know how long these things, I don't know how long that 158 kilowatt battery lasts. Right now, Mullen stock is working on the future, and we remember not too long ago where this stock was complete. I just showed you videos where this stock was at like 13 cents and getting ready to get delisted. Sitting here at $5, $6, $7 right now. They up in compliance. They sitting good. We just looking for that one hot piece of news and update. Although one thing to understand is that this stock is not big and short engine. They do have a descending balance sheet. If they can get like on their next reports and updates, they can get to saying how they actually done brought in the millions of dollars from stuff. Not saying that not just saying their cars cost this much, but saying we made this much and our balance sheet looking better. We will see Mullen stock turn into probably one of the best EV stocks on the entire market currently, being led by Tesla, but Tesla on the decline. And we'll talk more about Tesla here. I'll make more EV stock videos. Let me know in the comments below what EV stocks you need updated, and we'll get on that immediately. And I'm Billy Banks. This is Coach John. We do this all day, every day, helping you guys get into those safe, easy, early seats in the Banking with Billy Discord. All you have to do is just join in on Discord, give you some time. If you are confused about how Discord platform works, let me tell you something. Bro, these Discord platforms and these new social media apps, they new to all of us. We learn these things as we go, and we know how to run these things. Of course, since we made Bank with Billy and master these Discords and whatnot, all you gotta do is join on the classroom. We will give you a tutorial. In fact, my favorite videos I used to make, the Banking with Billy Discord tutorials. I'll go ahead and make another one of those tonight for you guys, and be looking forward to that. Get subscribed to the channel, get this video a like, share this thing out somewhere. You got anything left for them, Coach John?
That's it. Everybody have a good night.
That's all. That's all. And we'll see you guys in the next one. And happy trading.